Hi, welcome to Grat's Guide to Anything. This video is part of my series on running D&D 5th edition on Roll20 and covers installing and configuring the welcome pack script. This little utility does one simple task. Normally, when you invite a player into one of your games, you have no way of preparing a blank character sheet for them. The normal process would be you send them an invitation, they log into your game for the first time, you then create a blank character sheet for them and assign it to them, then they log back in and create their character. What this utility does is simply create a new blank character for any new person who logs in if they already don't have one. So what's our learning objective for this video? By the end of this video you'll be able to install and configure the welcome package script. I've picked this one as the first major one that we do because it's one of the simpler ones. It doesn't involve a lot of stuff, don't have to create macros or sort of stuff like that. The next group that we do is going to be a lot more involved. So I thought this was another way of just getting your feet wet before having to dive into the shark infested waters. There are a number of steps we should follow, many more than what we have to follow. I'm listing them all, but as you become familiar with Roll20 you may start to cut corners, well, at least until some skip step bites you. Back to the shark infested waters, isn't it? The steps are: 1. Research the script. 2. Back up your game. 3. Install the script. 4. Configure the script. 5. Delete the backup you created sometime in the future after you're sure everything works. There really probably is a 6 as well, because a lot of them you're going to have to also train your end users. So something to keep in mind is that it might be worthwhile doing a little info sheet or something for your players. So let's start off with researching the script. Now, researching scripts we covered in the previous video, so all I'll do is quickly check the 3 locations. So going to the API index, we look for welcome package. Nothing to note. Great. We go into forums and we look for welcome package. If you look carefully at the screen, you'll see that there actually has been some issues with this particular script, but as you read the articles you see the issues have been resolved, and so therefore we are safe to use it. Now this is interesting. There actually is a couple of articles here which matter to us. So mainly the fact that there is an alternate to welcome package called add new character. The extra features of add new character aren't going to benefit newbie groups, and all they're going to do initially is probably add a bit of confusion to you. So I'm going to leave this as something for you to look at once you've outgrown welcome package. It's not a problem with welcome package, the other one has more features. So third source of information, we go to the GitHub repository and we look for welcome package. Okay, nothing that'll stop us installing the script. Right, 3 ticks, we're clear to install. Next thing we need to do is back up our game. So we go to Games, My Games. Now I'm seeing the backup there I did for the last video. I'm happy with that macro, so I'm just going to delete the old backup and create a new one. There's no reason to create backups of backups of backups of backups. But you want to leave each backup just long enough to allow you to have spotted a problem with it. So I'm going to actually delete the existing copy and then I can create a new one. So I click on the name Gratz Test Game Copy. I bring down the settings menu and select delete game. The system will then ask me to type delete to confirm that I really want to irrevocably delete this game. I do. And then click to actually delete the game. I now go back to Games, My Games. I find the game that I want to copy, so look for Gratz Test Game. Click on Settings, click on Copy Game. I won't bother changing the name, and then click on Ready to Create Game. And that's now has a backup of this before I've installed this particular script. Will you want to do a backup before you install each script? It's up to you. It depends upon how much work is involved. As with anything else, it's important that it's something which is taking you time and effort to do, that you do back up occasionally so that if something goes drastically wrong, you can recover. Depending upon you as a DM and the game involved, I tend not to back up my running games. That's because I can fairly quickly get back to where I was without too much of a problem. And I made it the responsibility of my players to keep track of the treasure they collect. If they lose that list, then sorry, obviously a thief has come and stolen a lot of it. Yes, nothing quite like finding a bag of holding with 20,000 silver pieces in it. Yes, and having to count them. But anyway, separate issue. Next step is to install the script. So I'm going to go to Games, My Games, find my game, click on Gratz Test Game, click on Settings, and then select API Scripts. So bring down the list of scripts and start typing Welcome. I select Welcome Package from the list, scroll down and click on Add Script. Wait for a little while, look for errors, then I'm done. Right, the next step you'll want to do is to configure the script. So for this, what you'll want to do is you'll want to go into Games, My Games, find the games, launch the game, and look to see for any messages in chat. No messages? Fine. Nothing to configure. That was simple. However, it also didn't do anything like create a new character. Why is that? Because the script is smart. It knows you're a games master. Games master doesn't want to create a character. Well, how are we going to test if this works or not? We need a test user. Here's one that I prepared earlier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log out as my admin user. I'm going to log in using my test user, one that we created last video, and then we're going to see what happens. Right, well, I log in as my test user, and you see I can then join our created game, and then as you see there's a little message pops up from the welcome package letting me know that there's been a character created. I can click on that, click on create a new character using Charactermancer, and then I've got to go and actually click on the link to have it automatically launch. I'm not exactly sure why that doesn't launch automatically. I'll have to look at that. Anyway, and then I'm in the Charactermancer, and that'll allow me to generate a brand new character as a brand new player. Isn't that fun? Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching Grat's Guide to Anything, and I'll see you next video. Bye.